and justice for all. Thank you very much, everybody. Okay, at this time, the Board of Education welcomes public comment. This is the opportunity for the public to address the board regarding items on the agenda or regarding subjects or concerns that do not appear on the agenda. The chair reserves the right to limit speaking time to 3 minutes. Government Code Section 54954.2 and Education Code Section 35145.5 prohibit the Board of Education from discussing or acting upon matters not on the agenda. Therefore, the board members may 1, acknowledge receipt of the information, or 2, refer the matters to staff to no action or priority. At this time, are there any comments for open session matters, Dr. Muzzarino?
Madam President, there are no comments this evening.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so now what we'll do is we're going to go to the consent agenda. Is there any discussion on the consent?
No discussion from Marino.
So moved.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay, we're on consent. Is there any discussion on consent?
No question.
Okay. I have a motion by Mr. Schwant. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you very much. All in favor? Ms. Marino?
Marino, aye.
Ms. Vega?
Vega, aye.
Dr. Dorado?
Dr. Dorado, aye.
Mr. Schwant?
Schwant, aye.
And Mrs. Wilson is an aye. Thank you very much. The consent has passed. All right. Now we're going to go to action. Oh, you know what? We're going to go to actually board comments at this time before we go to action items taken in closed session. So at this time, I'm going to ask for board comments, and we'll start with Mrs. Marino.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Wilson. I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt appreciation to our classified, certificated, management, cabinet, and union leaders. You all have stepped in and fed thousands of children. You have gathered, sanitized, and distributed hundreds and thousands of our Chromebooks so that our students can continue learning. You have implemented a fantastic program for our children to receive distance learning. Your hard work has not been overlooked. We so appreciate every single one of you. For our families, we thank you for your patience, your care, and your concern during these absolute difficult times. We understand that you have a lot of questions, and we are asking you to continue to use our social media platforms, our thought exchange, our website, and our emails so that you can continue receiving information and correspondence with us. To our students, you are so very missed. We care so very much about you, and every single day, you are what is on the top of our priority list. We are looking forward to coming back to school and allowing what used to be our normal to go back to being our normal, but with an even more presence of solidarity, because we have gotten through this crisis together. Please reach out, give us a call if there's anything that you might need or have a concern over. We are here for you. We will get through this. We will do this together. Please be safe, and God bless.
Thank you, Mrs. Marino. Thank you very much. Ms. Vega.
I don't know how to top that. Yeah, but everything that Julie said, these times it's hard to adjust, and some people don't even know it's going to be their last day of school, that last day that they were there. And so thank you to all the teachers who are adjusting to this and who are still trying to help the needs of our students. I wasn't home when this happened, but, Wells had a parade. Their teachers were out there with signs, and my siblings actually got to see it. And it was a beautiful thing just to see all their posters and the love that they were still giving. I saw my nephew. He was part of I don't know if it was Google Classroom, but the one thing he said to the class was that he missed he misses friends and he missed school, he missed going. So I know that a lot of students just want to go back and, you know, see their friends and be back. There's so many things going on right now, and not just for the schools, but in the city. So if there are other needs or resources that you're looking for, please look at the city's website at riversideca.gov, because there are more resources for residents, for employment, food services, different things. So if you can, please check out the website for more information and updates. Again, I think that's it. That's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Vega. Dr. Dorado.
Hello, everyone. Hello to my community and to our district personnel. I just want to echo what Ms. Moreno has mentioned tonight. There's heroes out there every single day serving lunches, still coming into the district office, working, admin, making sure that everything's functional with our distance learning. I'm very proud to be part of the Alvord School Board, because I'm seeing everything happen in the background, how everybody's working just to make this happen for our students. I wanted to address the community. Thank you for staying at home and following the restrictions that are being made by the county. It is helping, and I think we're going to see the impact in the coming weeks of our sacrifices. To our seniors, I want to address our seniors and their families. Just keep in mind that our district and our school board wants to celebrate you. Please stay connected. Please stay engaged. We want to celebrate you, and we know this is a very tough situation to be in, but we are always thinking about you. And please just stay connected, reach out to us. There's different types of platforms that are being used to connect with our families, and just stay engaged. I know it could be difficult at times. We understand people are going through different levels of hardships, and we're here for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dorado. And now we'll have Mr. Schwandt.
Well, thank you, Carolyn. Just about everything has been said, so I would echo what the previous board members have said, but to everybody else listening, from a board perspective and what I've seen personally, the Alvord district and the Alvord family is really pulling together during this time, and you can see it by the cooperation and working together, the focus on not only students who are the primary focus that we have and what we've got to deal with, but dealing with the community and dealing with the city government individuals, dealing with the state of California, dealing with the federal government. There's a lot going on that we're trying to do. And Alan, thanks to you and your team, your leadership, and making sure that we are getting results that we need to help our district to move forward. But just to let everybody know, from my perspective, it couldn't be going more smoothly, and it does take effort. It takes a lot of effort while we're trying to learn a new way of communicating and how to meet differently. It is fantastic. The point that was touched on a little bit earlier has to do with the graduations and the seniors specifically. To my knowledge, this hasn't happened before to any class. So it's truly going to be a different situation that we're going to have to work with. And we're trying to gather information from not only the seniors, but from their parents and from the staff on how we should best handle moving forward with the opportunity to recognize these seniors as they move on into their college and work careers. The other part that's coming out of this is distance learning, and how it's really going to change the future of how not only how we operate, but how the world is going to be operating through more distance learning. And that's going to take a lot more technology being deployed and learning, which is exciting because it can be more effective and more efficient if we do it properly. So all of that being said, couldn't be more happy. And I thank everybody for what you're doing in trying to get this district to move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Schwandt. I have no idea. The board has said everything so beautifully and eloquently of how we feel. I just, again, would like to thank our dedicated teachers, staff, parents, and students, because we know what a difficult time this is. And it's a different time, and we're all learning how to do, how to do to teach and how to be a part of this Alvord family. We're all trying to find a new way to navigate through that. Everybody has a different role to play in our Alvord family, and we're all trying to find that. And I believe that we're doing the best we possibly can, and I'm so proud of everybody. There are so many wonderful things that are going on in such a time where it's unfortunate that we're going through this. But as Robert said, I think there is going to be, and everybody has said, that there's going to be lessons to be learned and better days ahead and a week coming forward. I just want to say that for me, again, I worry about the social, emotional part of our children and our students. And I know that the counselors are doing such incredible things at our schools to reach out to those students. I know that a lot of the seniors have reached out to me personally, and I thank them for that. And as I think everybody has conveyed in our comments, we understand that this is a very important time in your life. And if there is anything that we could do to change this, we absolutely would. We definitely want to make sure that the ending of the year is special for you, because we understand that you're going to be going on to colleges and to careers and things like that. So just please know, as Julie said, or Mrs. Moreno said, that you are at the forefront of our minds, and that your graduations and all of the rite of passages events that happen at the end of the senior year, we are completely aware of it. It's at the forefront of our minds. It's always in our hearts. We thought about it desperately when we closed the schools down. We knew that this would be a possibility, but we will do the best we can to make something happen for you and to make it special for you, because that's the Board of Education is 100% behind our children and our students. Also, I just wanted to say that the feeding that is going on with our students is incredible, and people are out giving themselves in the rain to make sure that their students are being fed. And that is just, as Alvord cares for me personally, this is amazing. It's Dr. Muzzarino sends us pictures, and it warms my heart, because we're not only, once again, doing the incredible teaching online with the teachers, and if you watch Facebook, you can see that it's just incredible. But we're also feeding. We're satisfying that social, emotional piece that is so desperately important for our students right now, and it's just incredible. So I'm sorry. I think our Alvord family is just doing a tremendous job right now. And together we're navigating our new roles through this district. And I'm just so proud. And as I've said before, to everybody, and I say it, please, like everybody else has said, reach out. We're here for you. You know us all personally. We love each and every one of you, and your students matter to us. And I think you all know that. So if you need us, you reach out to us, and please continue to. I talk to people all day long, and it's something that I need. This is again the new norm for us as board members. So please contact us. That's what we want. But again, these moments are the moments that show the true spirit of our love and support of the Alvord family. And together we will get through this. And I believe that together we will get through this. I look forward to bigger and brighter days. And I look forward to when I can hug all of you again, because you know me, I love hugging you. So with that, I'm going to ask Dr. Muzzarino for his comments. But again, please reach out to us. We are here for you. And once again, just stay safe, stay at home, and be well, Thank you very much. Dr. Muzzarino.
Well, thank you, Madam President, and all of our trustees. Heart messages. You all have eloquently expressed exactly what's in my heart and on my mind. And I could only add that our staff is also dealing with the same challenges and issues as our entire community that we're serving. That's trying to balance their personal lives and still, as part of the essential workforce, provide services. And we talked a little bit about the food staff stepping up. We've talked about admin coming out and supporting that effort. We've talked about the incredible job our teachers are doing online, our principals, all of our office staff in providing the support. We're all figuring it out, and it changes virtually every day. It's a privilege to work with this Board of Education and the Albert team to serve our community. And I think that when all is said and done, and we come out of this crisis, we're all going to be better because of it. So thank you, Madam President, for the opportunity to express my feelings.
Sorry about that. And with that, we're going to go to the action items. Reporting out, we're going to report out from closed session. Dr. Dorado.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilson. So at this time, we would like to let the community know that there was expulsion number of cases that were voted on. So the following expulsion case, number 2019-20-47, -49, -50, -51, -52, -53, -54, -55, -56, -57, -58, -59, -60. All of these expulsion cases had a motion of Moreno and was seconded by Wilson. As recommended, we had 5-0. Also during closed session, the board took action. The Board of Education took action for a special education agreement number 19-20-06 to approve and accept. The motion was made by Wilson and it was seconded by Schwant. 5 ayes. Finally, lastly, during closed session, the Alvord Unified School District Board of Education took action in closed session to approve liability number 19-20-700. The motion was made by Moreno and it was seconded by Wilson. It was voted 5 ayes. And that concludes what took place during action that took place during closed session.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Dorado. Okay, now we're going to go on to action items, administrative services. We are pulling 9B1, so 9B1 will be pulled. And then we were also going to be pulling 9C2. So now we're going to be 9C3, adopt resolution number 44, encumbrance of funds for 2020-2021 prior to July 1st, 2020. Is there any discussion? No discussion. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Okay, I have
So
a
moved.
first and a second. I'll ask for a vote. Ms. Marino? Ms. Vega?
Marino, I.
Dr.
Vega,
Dorado?
aye.
Dr. Dorado, aye.
Mr. Schwant?
Schwant, aye.
And Mrs. Wilson is an aye. Thank you very much, Board. We're going to go now to action item 9C1, amend resolution number 4, updating the member of the Budget Advisory Committee. Is there any discussion? Okay, with that, I'll ask for a motion.
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Second is okay, is Ms. Viega. Okay, now I'll ask for a vote. Ms. Marino?
Marino, I.
Ms. Vega?
Vega, aye.
Dr. Dorado?
Dr. Dorado, aye.
Mr. Schwant?
Schwant, aye.
And Mrs. Wilson is an aye. All right. And then we are pulling adoption C2, resolution number 43. Oh, sorry, I already did that one. Sorry. And now we're going to go on to 9C4, adoption resolution 45 to establish Fund 70, CSEA Health and Welfare Reserved Fund. Is there any discussion? No discussion. I'm going to ask for a motion, please.
So moved.
Okay. Mr. Schwant, do I have a second?
Dorado will
Second.
second.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to call for a vote, please. Mrs. Marino,
Marino, I.
Ms. Vega,
Vega, I.
Dr. Dorado,
Dr. Dorado, aye.
and Mr. Schwant.
Schwant, aye.
Okay, and Mrs. Wilson is an aye. 9C5, approval of agreement with Piper and Sandler and Company. Is there any discussion? Okay, no discussion. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Robert, do I have a second?
Marino, second.
Thank you very much. And the vote, Ms. Marino,
Marino, I.
Ms. Vega,
Vega, I.
Dr. Dorado,
Dr. Dorado, aye.
and Mr. Schwant.
Schwant, aye.
Okay, and Mrs. Wilson, aye. All right, now we're going to go to 9C6, certification of 2019 through 2020 second interim financial report. Is there any discussion? All right. Okay, we'll go for a motion.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Dorado will second.
Thank you very much. Dr. Dorado? We're going to go for a vote. Ms. Marino?
Marino, I.
Ms. Vega?
Vega, I.
Dr. Dorado?
Dr. Dorado, aye.
Mr. Schwant?
Schwant, aye.
And Mrs. Wilson is an aye. Okay, now we're going to go to Educational Services, adopt annual resolution number 41, After School Professionals Appreciation Week, April 20th to the 24th. Is there any discussion? With that, I need a motion, please.
So moved.
Thank you, Robert. Mr. Schwant? A second?
Marino, second.
Marino, okay, thank you, Ms. Marino. Voting, Ms. Marino,
Marino, I.
Ms. Vega,
Vega, I.
Dr. Dorado,
Dr. Dorado, aye.
Mr. Schwant,
Schwant, aye.
and Mrs. Wilson, aye. All righty, and now we're going to go to the Human Resources, and there's a change to the personnel order, and that change is on page 9. It's Mr. Paul Acer. We are going to be amending his retirement date from 6/30/2020 to 1/5/2021. So I need a motion to move to with the changes in the personnel order.
So moved.
So moved.
Okay, I have a first and a second. All right. Is there any discussion? I apologize. Is there any discussion? No? Okay. Then we're going to go to the vote. Ms. Marino,
Marino, I.
Ms. Vega,
Vega, I.
Dr. Dorado,
Dr. Dorado, aye.
Mr. Schwant,
Schwant, aye.
and Mrs. Wilson is an aye. Okay, now we're going to go to 9E2, approved revised management salary schedule. Is there any discussion? Okay, with that, I need a motion, please.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Schwant. Do I have a second?
Marino, second.
Thank you, Mrs. Marino. We're going to go to a vote. Mrs. Marino,
Marino, I.
Ms. Vega,
Vega, I.
Dr. Dorado,
Dr. Dorado, aye.
and Mr. Schwant,
Schwant, aye.
and Mrs. Wilson, aye. All right, 9E3 is approve addition of 0.3 speech/language pathologist position, special ed department. Is there any discussion? Okay, with that, I call for a motion.
So moved.
Oop, I have 1 and 2. Thank you very much. All right, I'm going to call for the vote. Ms. Marino,
Marino, I.
Ms. Vega,
Vega, I.
Dr. Dorado,
Dr. Dorado, aye.
Mr. Schwant,
Mr. Schwant, aye.
okay, and Mrs. Wilson is an aye. All right, now we're going to go to discussion information items, the Board of Education, and it's going to go to 10A1, FICMAT update.
Thank you, Madam President. We added this item to be a regular board agenda item so that we continue to update the board on all of our efforts related to meeting the suggestions, recommendations of FIC based on their studies, last year, school district. However, board meeting, we have been focused on other things and have really not done anything specifically to update this report. So as it stands at our last meeting. So the short answer is nothing new to
report. Okay. All righty, then we'll go to 10B, the district-wide facilities report, and that would be Kevin.
Okay, so attached is the presentation on the facilities report. We have a number of projects that are on the report. And we'll recap. And this is a combination of everything from February and March. And we'll have our maintenance work orders, which is from our February month, and then a update on our facilities grants, and then a sneak peek into what could be coming in the next month. Going through these fairly quickly, we have a playground, the resurface at La Granada Elementary. That was done in February during our February break. As you can see from the before and after pictures, it's like night and day. So, and I was there for the, I guess the ribbon cutting. I just happened to be driving by and I saw it, and the kids were really ecstatic about that one.
Nice.
Then we have Valley View. We have the roof repairs on a number of portables. These portables had been leaking for a number of years, and so finally we're able to get to those repairs. The patches just weren't holding up anymore, and so that was done in January.
Okay.
Next one is Loma Vista. Loma Vista also roof repairs on some of their portables, and that was done during their February break. That's that project. And you'll see there's another Loma Vista project, and these are a different series of portables that were done at a different break, in the February break, whereas the other ones were done earlier it started in like the winter break, and because of the weather it got pushed back a little bit. But so that's that school. Villegas Middle School, we had a issue with the portables back in the backside of the portables. We had a lot of mud and water that was going into underneath the portables and was not able to dry out. And so we had the whole backside all regraded and resloped, and we added some gravel in to allow for better drainage, so we don't have water intruding. This was causing a major issue with the paper on the walls that was curling, smell, and so this resolved a lot of that. Wells, and actually the next three wells, Albert Alternative and the Norte Vista High School. We are in the process of installing solar motion lights at a number of our schools in areas that are dark and need some of that additional lighting. And so the pictures don't really do it real justice, but if you look at the Alvord Alternative Education, you can see a before and after. We added approximately 30 lights on the campus, and you can see how well it lit up at night in comparison. Our hope here is to help with any of our crime issues and vandalism, and then also help out with our cameras so they can function better for capturing situations. And then the next one on page 11 is our ISS building located on La Sierra. So we had a number of windows that continually break there. We have a homeless, it's an area where homeless hang out, and they have, in the past, since we've moved out, they have moved to that site. They'll tend to break the windows. Some of them even have started little fires inside the building. And so we've looked at that site, and we've added what they call armor-plast panels on the exterior of all the windows on the first floor. And basically it's, so you can hit it with a sledgehammer and you're not going to break through. Really going to help protect that property.
Good. That's wonderful.
Page 12, also at the ISS site. We leased this site to the dental school across the street from this site. And so the site was in need of a new overlay of asphalt. And so that is what happened there. The next one is Hillcrest High School. Kind of a strange thing. We have these bleachers that, for whatever reason, the tan bleachers are, I want to say, flimsier than the colored bleacher seats. And so we worked with the manufacturer and came up with a plan. And so now you can see from the pictures, the after pictures, they're all red. It looks a lot sharper. I don't think we'll have any more problems with broken bleachers.
Terrific. There. Wonderful.
The next one on page 14 was a part of our gas repair for Norte Vista High School. This was something that was done during our February break. This was a line that basically went from the main meter out in the street. They came onto our campus and intercepted or bypassed a lot of our gas pipes that were over 50 years old that were continually to fail. And so that's that work there. Don't foresee any issues in that area. We did have, and you'll see down a few more slides where when we did connect it, we found that there was a couple of buildings that didn't have any gas to it. And so those gas lines for that area was something that was done just last week. So their school is, I want to say, all the gas lines are no older than 15 years old. And so we should be gas leak free for Norte Vista. So
fabulous. Wonderful. That's what we need.
Great news, right? The next one is McAuliffe Elementary, and this was an asphalt project that was done a couple weeks ago. And they don't have any striping yet, but right now it's just the black asphalt. We'll get the striping done in the next month or so when the weather gets a little better. Next one is another asphalt project that was at Twin Hill. It was also done about the same time a couple weeks ago. I'll tell you that some of these cracks were probably large enough to fit my foot into. And so they were pretty bad. So we're happy to see that get that done. And again, the striping will be done the next few weeks when the weather gets better.
Kevin, I just want to interrupt. Sorry, I'm just
Yeah.
looking at these pictures on my end on a different slide here on the PowerPoint that was sent. These are great before and after shots.
Yes.
After this is being live streamed on YouTube, I just wish people had, the pictures to go along with what you're seeing as you're going through each slide. Yeah. But I just wanted to mention that the pictures look great.
Yeah. And if you've ever walked the school, when you're going there to take a picture before picture, it's almost like, okay, where do I focus on? Because the area is just so, was so bad at this school. And so this was a big improvement. And I know the students and staff will definitely appreciate it when they do return back to their school. So. Page 17 is Arizona Middle School, and this is our after-school programs, our extended learning offices. Just a couple of portables. This was done a few weeks back, and I know they're happy about that.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Loma Vista. So Loma Vista, you can see here again the before and after pictures. If you ever drive in Loma Vista's parking lot now, it's like night and day. So there were a number of potholes and cracks in the asphalt, and which is something that across the district we've been trying to get after and make these repairs. Slide 19 is a project that finished recently. And this was to recarpet 14 portables. And these are the same portables that on the backside we had some water that was standing water underneath the portables, which created a lot of smell. And so as part of the recommendation from the environmentalists is for us to inspect the wood, the subfloor, to make sure there wasn't any dry rot or mold or anything. And so, since we were going to be lifting up the carpet to do that inspection, it made perfect sense to lay down new carpet and replace any dry rot that might have been discovered. And so, happy to say there wasn't any dry rot. Everything was dry as far as the wood and the structure. And one thing we will be adding is some fans underneath the portables to make sure that area stays dry and doesn't get muddy. And then slide 20 is our work orders report from February 2020. On the first facilities update, I think Lizeth, you asked about the outstanding work orders at our school sites. And so this report includes that. It includes our outstanding reports for each school site. So work orders received 483 district-wide, work orders completed 564, outstanding work orders 1,007. And because of the shutdown about mid-March, was pretty much when everything kind of went to a standstill. So there wasn't much to report from the March, but I do know the guys are anxious to come back to get after these work orders and get things done.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Robert.
Robert.
On the outstanding work order, Norte Vista High School, I just caught my attention how large that number is. There was more work orders completed than any other school, and they're still the most outstanding. So what's happening at Norte Vista that's different than the other schools?
Norte Vista really utilizes their work order system, to the full potential. And so they will tend to put in work orders to get things repaired. And whereas some schools may be a little gun shy to put in their work orders, they might see that they're maybe creating a burden for our staff. But anytime I do meet with the schools, I do encourage them to put in their work orders. When you're looking at the 202 outstanding work orders, the majority of those that are outstanding are work orders that were completed but hadn't been closed in the work order system, which could be, for a couple of reasons. One being that not the entire maintenance staff utilizes the iPads to access and close work orders. They might be using the old paper. And so what we found when this number was presented, it was found that a lot of the work orders had been completed, but the maintenance folks might not have completed or filled out the work order paper and submitted it to the clerk at maintenance and operations. So since then, that has been resolved. I do know that it is probably reduced down to somewhere in the low 100s on those outstanding work orders for Norte Vista. Also, too, some school sites might put in one work order for 5 rooms that may have roof leaks, for example, whereas Norte Vista might put in 5 separate work orders for each room. And so it could be something as simple as that some schools do things a little differently than other schools. It was our hope before the closure to work with staff on some of those things, how to create work orders, what information we need on those work orders. But of course, that didn't happen, and so likely what we'll do in the fall is bring the staff together and explain kind of what sort of things to put work orders in, and how to keep them documented and tracked and everything, and then work with our maintenance staff to, if they're going to continue using the paper work order system, is to make sure they get their work orders turned in more on a regular basis rather than waiting until they stack up and don't get submitted to get closed out.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, go ahead.
No.
Go ahead, Kev. Sorry.
I see. So slide 21 is our grant money, our facilities grant. And so in February at the State Allocation Board, we had 3 of our grant applications approved. And so those are the Foothill, McAuliffe, and La Sierra High School, which were all pursuing the Prop 51 state modernization grant. The total is just over $5 million between those is the state share. So that's money that would come to us. Right now, we're looking at that possibly coming in the fall of 2020, providing that there's a statewide bond sale. And speaking of statewide bond sales, so in December, we had the Norte Vista project get approved, and that one is slated to be included in the bond sale that's supposed to take place next week. And so we could be seeing the Norte Vista funds coming into our account in the next month or so.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And a little sneak peek. This was a request from several folks, and so some of these things are things that were because this was something that was created a month ago. some of the things may have already been done. And so the McCullough Playground asphalt striping we talked about. Aremna, we have the outdoor pavers. That project is underway. The Twin Hill, we have their striping for their asphalt. Arizona Middle School, we're in the process of procuring and installing boys' lockers for their locker room. And over at Wells Middle School, refinishing the multi-purpose room stage floor, which should be done in the next day or so. And we had the gas line at 300, which I mentioned is about, that's about 90% complete. We have to wait for the rain to stop. And the other one is the 300 building roof drains. And that one, we have approximately right now 8 out of 12 drains installed. And with that, I was out there a couple of days ago. The amount of rain on the roof on 300 is less than half an inch right now with just the drains that we put in. And so I'm happy to report that, and I let the assistant principal that we're going to be able to open up the building for access for staff to get back in there. So
That's wonderful. Thank you, Kevin. Wonderful.
and that's it.
Okay. Well, are there any other questions for Kevin?
Not a question, just an absolute thank you for such amazing work. As Joanna mentioned, seeing the photographs, the befores and the afters are really eye-opening. And it's wonderful to know that we have such dedicated departments that want the best for our students. So I appreciate you so much, Mr. Emenaker, and your whole entire team for all the work that you guys are doing.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Is there any-
Madam President?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Kevin, for that great presentation. And just for our viewers, if you're on Agenda Online and following our board meeting on there as well, you will find that presentation attached to that. So to see all of the slides in the event you were not following, go ahead, Agenda Online, and find Mr. Emenaker's presentation there.
Terrific. Wonderful. All right. Anything, Lizette, did you have a question for, or anything to Kevin?
No, not a question, just a thank you
Good.
for the presentation and for adding the outstanding work orders.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you so much, Kev. All right. We're going to go to 10C1, average daily attendance report. Dr. Muzzarino?
Yes, I'm going to kick that one over to our CBO, Steve.
Okay.
So this is just you guys can hear me, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So this is the monthly attendance report that we always bring forward. Obviously, it's now going to look a little different, but we were right on track for where we were headed. Actually, with month 7 that's reported on here, that actually will end up being our P2 ADA for this year.
Okay. Are there any questions for Dusty? Okay. All right. With that, thank you very much. Thank you, Dusty. We're going to go to 10C2, the financial report of receipts. Oh, there you go, Dusty. That's you again.
So again, this is just the monthly report where we report to you those deposits that we have made. It's somewhat of a duplicate of the donations that we recognize as well. One is the donation when it comes in, and then this one includes all of those receipts so that you kind of have a flow of what the revenues are over and above the grant awards and the LCFF dollars and all of that.
Okay. Terrific. All right. Dr. Muzzarino, is there anything else that you would like to add?
So the last item, C3.
Yeah, you're going to do the California Dashboard and Local Control Accountability Plan.
And that too goes to Dusty to give us an update on what's happening with the LCAP.
Oh, okay.
So the, excuse me, the plan at the time was that Wynn and Angela would give you an update on the dashboard, because we actually have numbers and what the process was in the LCAP. We are moving forward with LCAP. We're very fortunate that Angela and Wynn both can work from home on this very large project. The state has not relaxed any of the deadlines for LCAP at this point in time. So Angela has about 95% completed the annual update, and she is monitoring all of the thought exchanges. She has held virtual site meetings and parent meetings, and she'll finish out all of the thought exchanges in April. Then the LCAP for 2023 will then go to Ed Services for us to collaborate, write our actions, and then be able to bring those in a draft form to the board and administration in May for finalization, and then also for costing out at that point in time.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Are there any, I'm sorry, are there any questions for Dusty Cap? Okay, with that, thank you very much.
Welcome.
And at this time, I have nothing else. Dr. Muzzarino, is there anybody else that you would like to, give an update, or are we ready to adjourn?
Well, just briefly, if Dr. Kemp would provide us a brief update on distance learning, the wonderful work that's being done by our teachers and our support staff, because that's really what we are primarily focused on now that we've gotten through most vaccinations that are germane to this very strange time in our lives. Dr. Kemp, if you could talk a little about the purpose of what we are all here for, which is to educate our children, and now we're doing it new delivery model, and that's distance.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you. As you know, this is a very difficult time for all of us, and our teachers have completely revamped their entire learning environment, and they are just doing an amazing job, and we are so proud of their efforts. So as of right now, all of our teachers have an online presence through Google Classroom or Classroom Dojo or something similar. And the teachers are getting so very creative with the engagements that they're having with their students. They're connecting with Google Meets, just as we are tonight, with Zoom. They're having virtual lessons. They're doing read alouds. We've seen all kinds of things posted by our teachers on social media. There was one where a teacher was reading a nighttime story to their kids every night at 7 o'clock. It's just so wonderful to see all the contact that they're making with their students. We also have students that are requesting physical packets of work to do, and we have those resources for them as well, and we're giving those out. Just to this week, Dr. DeVore and Mr. Ramirez provided professional development for our elementary school teachers on Google Classrooms, and we had 140 teachers attend. And so that was just wonderful to see, and they are going to provide more professional development as needed. We have many, many, many resources posted on our Ed Services resource page, and those resources are for teachers, they're for parents, and they're for students, and that's on our Alvord website. And we do update those resources very often, so please visit those resources. And of course, the social emotional health of our students and families is at the forefront of all of our efforts. And our counselors are doing a wonderful job reaching out to our students. Our counselors also have Google Classrooms. They have resources posted. They post positive daily messages for our kids. They have newsletters going out. Our counselors are making one-to-one phone calls with our students and our parents. They're doing one-to-one emails. They're monitoring our students who they've deemed needing extra emotional support, and they're continuing to provide all their normal things like college and career support and supporting those at-risk students. So kudos to them as well. A little update on our laptops. Thus far, we've given out 450 laptops in our phase 1. Our phase 2, which is tomorrow, we have 1,600 laptops going out at 3 different locations. And our phase 3 is up on the website right now, and that actually closes tomorrow. And I anticipate another probably about 2,000 laptops going out at that time. So everybody's just doing a great job and their best work, and we're just so proud of everyone.
That's wonderful. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, Dr. Muzzarino, is there anything else that you would like to discuss?
Well, not just, but just plug our, because we have updated our mobile app or the App Store, and it provides that on one easy touch. We have everything on there, from all the classroom access to the frequently asked questions, to the live stream board meetings, distance learning resources, you name it. Everything is on, new and improved, and to stay connected during this time is critical. We are on an mission to identify every single one of our children. Where are they? If they move, we want to know. If they're not connected, we want to know so we can do something about it. So it is a mission that we are in the midst of, and we will not stop until we identify every one of our children, because they're out there and many face great challenges. So many families face great challenges. Everything we hear of unemployment, setting new records since the Depression, is very, very real. And education may even be the last thing out of family minds, given the challenges that they are faced with now. But we want to do our best then to take over children while they're struggling and trying to make ends meet. We want to make sure that we're able to help their children move. So again, the commitment on the staff, the Board of Education, for all of your support and guidance and direction. When this first happened, I coined it the Great Equity Challenge, because that's exactly what it is. We are tasked with ensuring that all of our children get an opportunity during this very, very difficult time in our history. So with that, Madam President, I will turn it back over to you. Look forward to our next occasion to be platform to deliver our board meetings. I think it had a few ups and downs today as we were trying to figure out how to get this going, and it is our first go at it. So we'll get better and better for those who are out there listening. And again, continue the support that you've given us, because we appreciate it, and we know that you all appreciate the support that we're giving you. With that, Madam President, I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Muzzarino. At this time, I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Please remember to reach out to any one of us, all of us, if we can be any assistance to you. Please stay safe, our Alvord family. We keep you close in our hearts and our thoughts. Good night and God bless. Take care.